Hello and welcome to this session on what is your value. I'd like to introduce you to Karen, a young lady who joined our sports academy really at a very low level. She used to come every weekend and support the cleaning and the clearing and the preparations for events that would run over the weekends. As a sports club, we often had most of our support coming during the weekends. A lot of our clients were people who worked, children who went to school, and therefore it was only during the weekends that we got the largest opportunity to support. And as a social place, it was very, very possible for us to survive just because people were able to pay for services over the weekends. And therefore, during that time, we had a lot of tournaments and other events. And she was coming in part-time to support during that time. And Karen started to show interest. After about a month, that was like 4 weekends, she started to show interest in other activities that were going on, and she would volunteer to come in during the week sometimes and just help out. And we started to realize that we had a little happy helper amongst us, and she would support signing in members who are going into the gym, sometimes doing some of the cleaning up and mopping up when necessary. And she showed a lot of interest in the swimming pool and started to learn to swim during the free periods that nothing else was happening. So she was able to persuade one of the instructors to teach her how to swim. And we found her a very happy and very likable young person. And one time I sat with her and I asked her, Karen, why is it that you're always here? And she said, I only want to learn. And I've found an opportunity to do it here. I found it really interesting. But certain things also struck me. One is that she always looked forward to the little meals that we had. And it was obvious that she wasn't eating very well. So we quickly did a background check on her and found that she came from an extremely poor background. And if it wasn't for the opportunity for her to come and spend with us, she was very likely not going to be able to eat a full meal. These are some of the things that you do not really discuss with somebody because you don't want them to feel bad. And she was a very proud young lady. So what we did was to approve for the manager to continue to give her some work part-time during the week whenever possible and provide her with a small allowance. And through the 2 years that she was with us, Karen was able to get herself certified through our training programs as an instructor for the gym, and she grew into a very, very confident young person. And we were very happy to pass her on through introduction to one of the big gyms in the city. To this day, I remember Karen very well because she did a few things that we often would like to see ourselves doing. And one of them, for sure, is the willingness to learn. And learning sometimes is not about going into a college setting, going to a classroom setting. A lot of times it's just about being aware of what is happening around you and learning from it and using that to improve yourself. So that was the first thing. The second thing was she was able and willing to volunteer herself. Not everything that helps you move forward is something that requires you to be paid for. Often, through volunteering, you learn a lot of things. I have also discovered that myself. So that is the second thing. And finally, she was willing to give her best. If you have that kind of attitude, it basically means that you will never settle for less yourself. And often you will succeed. So think about it. What is your worth? How can you make yourself more valuable? If you want to be like Karen, is it possible? Are there areas in your life that you could improve on? And are you willing to take those steps and just say, I just want to learn? If you would like to hear more about my stories and about the stories of the young people who I have worked with through the years, please subscribe and let's continue to discuss. Have a good week. Bye-bye.